Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and this is going to be a brief little review for Btooom, Episode 2. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in this episode, all to do with the origins of the female lead in the series, Himeko. Now, we met her at the tail end of Episode 1, very briefly, when Ryota runs into her washing in the river, and this episode really explores the origins of the character and what brought her to the island. Now, she seems to have a differing opinion from what I think really happened. She's got this whole sort of backstory we see in flashbacks that she's exploring and thinking about as she's on the island and she meets these three guys. And it all has to do with the fact that she was a pretty average schoolgirl. She had friends. She had one best friend in particular. They hung out. They did fun stuff. They see this chain letter that says, give people a name to get rid of somebody, and if nobody will miss that person, they'll end up disappearing and you'll get a reward, that kind of thing. And they all kind of laugh it off, and they're just hanging out, spending time. Well, it turns out she knows this rock trio, and her and her friends are going to go spend the day with them, hang out with them, and everyone's really excited about it. Well, of course, this leads to horrors when it turns out these rocker dudes rape her friends and try to attack her and everything like that. And her best friend ends up hating her, despising her. All of her friends move away, but in particular, she's focused on her best friend, suddenly looking at her like she's the devil incarnate. And so this is her thinking as to, why she's on this island now. She thinks it's a punishment for having this happen to her friends. Of course, she could have never known it was going to happen, but she ran away, so she sees it as her punishment. And the interesting thing is she gives little thought to the fact that we see at the very beginning of the episode, she's getting involved with one of the top gamers in the Btooom game, and she even says to her best friend, her skill points or whatever shot up to 200,000 or 20,000, whatever it was. And I think really that might be why they honed in on her, because her skill set just jumped up like that. It made her look like a super good player. And I think maybe that's what brought her to the island. But essentially, we then see as she's on this island, she's got these three guys who sort of appoint her as their leader because they figure she's the only one they're going to be able to trust. And shortly thereafter, for no particular reason other than, how much food there is, this Indian-looking guy of the three kills this teacher guy of the three. And, so right there you see the horrors that are going to unfold on this Btooom island where everyone has to play this game in real life. And she's basically then attacked again by the fat guy, the third of the three, and that's her first kill. That's her first experiencing self-defense and feeling proud of herself. So it's very intriguing what this island is going to be doing to people, especially when we get, sort of at the end of this episode, that meeting again with Ryota, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen from this point on. It was, suffice to say, a very compelling story, a very compelling episode, and man, it's just on par with episode 1, so I can't wait to see what episode 3 has in store, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments below what you thought of it if you've seen it. And otherwise, that's going to be pretty much it for me on this one, so I'll catch you later. Peace.